Chineke na nke pụrụ ihe niile. Onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-azọpụta. Onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na n'ụtụtụ na-eja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise.
Committed any crime. Last time you saw people who spent 15 years, after good 15 years before they were released, Biafran people, they committed no crime. The only crime they committed is that they are Biafrans. Asking for self-determination, which they themselves have already taken in the north. You see the mess we are in. This is why you have to stand up and ask for the breakup of the contraction. It is not going to do anybody any good. Not to the Biafrans, not the Oduduwa, not to the middle. No single human being living on that contraption called Nigeria is finding it, and it's not going to be easy. As their 2023 is coming, they are only planning to cement the slavery. If they succeed in doing their 2023, they will only end up in cementing their slavery. Already you see what is happening. The evil men are still very much around. They know the truth and they will never follow the truth. Because of their selfish interests, because they want to protect their own, because they want to protect what they will eat, because they want to remain relevant. Somebody like Obasanjo, who will always introduce himself as an elder statesman, an old man, and person who has power. He doesn't care about the masses. He doesn't care about the ordinary people. He knows that the Nigeria is not working for anybody except himself. He knows Nigeria is not working for any poor masses except himself. That is why he will continue to protect it until he dies. When you hear him speak, look through the line, see through the line, you will see that he is telling you that Nigeria can never work. He knows Nigeria can never work, but yet he will continue to support one Nigeria. I want you to listen to what he has to say. Listen to this very information that he gave out.
Almost anywhere I go, people will say, well, Nigeria is not at the table. And that is the truth. Oh yes, Nigeria is not at the table.
He said everywhere he goes, he is being told that Nigeria is not at the table. Anywhere he goes, he is being told that Nigeria is not at the table. And he said it's true. He confirmed that that is true. When Obasanjo has confirmed it, why wouldn't Obasanjo support the breakup of the contraption so that people will have a meaningful nation where they can do a place that is going to be auditable? Why? He will not, because he wants to remain relevant in the world and in Nigeria. That is why I want you to listen to him very carefully from beginning to end.
Almost anywhere I go, people will say, well, Nigeria is not at the table. And that is the truth. Oh yes, Nigeria is not at the table. About a week ago, I was coming from Gambia, where I've gone to observe the election on behalf of the Commonwealth. And when I got to Togo, Lomé, the president of Togo was waiting for me, and he took me to his house, where I met the former president of Niger, President Yusufu. And they sat me down and said this and that and this and that. Some of the questions they asked me, I cannot answer, because it borders on what they expect Nigeria to do, which they found Nigeria not doing. And how do I answer that? What do I say? So at the end I said, I hear you. And when I get home, I will see what can be done. But when I get home, I won't see anything. That's the truth. Because the truth is this. President Buhari has done his best. That is what he can do. If you expect anything more than what he has done and what he's doing, you are kicking a dead horse. And there's no need.
You heard him right. Go and watch that video again carefully as I played it. From beginning, he admitted that Nigeria is not addictable. He admitted. He went further to say that each time he goes out, when people give him questions about Nigeria, he deceived them by lying that he will do something when he gets home, even when he knows that when he gets to Nigeria, he will not do anything. He knows that when he gets Nigeria, nothing will change. Nothing will ever change in the system. But when he goes to the international community, when he goes international, when people will ask him, he will tell them he will do something when he gets home. But he himself, inside, he knows that he cannot do anything to make the life of people in Nigeria better. He knows very well. Look at him calling the late Muhammadu Buhari a dead horse. Look at him. He called late Muhammadu Buhari a dead horse. He knows very well that the man in Asrok, the imposter in Asrok, is not Muhammadu Buhari. He knows very well. That is why he's bold enough to call him a dead horse. He knows, but he's still pretending. These are the people you are looking upon to give you a better nation. As they are preparing for 2023, these are the people they are going to go and get advice from. A man who tells you, who lies in the international community to tell them that he will do something at home, knowing fully well that he cannot do anything. A man who knows that Nigeria is not addictable, yet he will go to tell you to go and participate in an election. These are the kind of people running affairs in the contraption called Nigeria. That is why you have to be sorry for yourself. Sorry for yourself. If you're calling yourself a one Nigerianist, you are wasting your garden time. The only thing that can save you and I is a breakup. Break it up to save life. Break it up to have a good economy. Break it up to secure the life of it. Break it up to have a nation you can call a home, a place you can call a home. Look at the people they are lining up. Today they are preparing another Britain mannequin. They are preparing another imposter to run the affairs. Another dead horse. They are preparing another dead horse to run the affair. You see them promoting Tinubu. They have started their propaganda from all angles, all corners. Pushing in. None of them will now open their ear to know who they are projecting. You see one of the interviews I play here. Somebody who was even defending that Tinubu didn't know who he is. Couldn't tell how he made his money. Couldn't tell his age. And this is a man that is boldly coming out to contest. Go and check everyone that is coming out to contest for 2023. They are all criminals, murderers, people who have committed genocide in one time or the other, fraudsters. Their record is there. It is not a propaganda. The record about them is still there. And I'm going to play one video of Tinubu so that you can see the person they are preparing to give you as a president.
The 1993 drug narcotics charge. Unknown to Nigerians, in 1993, 6 years before he ran for his first term in office in 1999, Tinubu was charged in the United States of America for narcotics or drug trafficking. Charged before the United States District Court, Northern District of Illinois, in a judgment docketed and dated October 5, 1993, the United States government compelled Tinubu to forfeit all sums in 9 different accounts in First Heritage Bank, Citibank NA, and Citibank International. In the document titled Degree of Forfeiture as to funds held in First Heritage Bank, it states clearly in Article A, unquote, the United States filed a verified complaint for forfeiture against the funds in the above captioned defendant Tinubu's accounts because there was probable cause to believe that the property represented proceeds of narcotics trafficking or is a property involved in financial transactions in violation of 16 U.S.C. 1956 and 1957 and therefore was forfeitable to the United States, unquote. It is alleged that Tinubu escaped physical time in prison by entering a plea bargain and thus forfeited all funds in all his accounts to the United States government.
You have seen it. This is somebody they are preparing for you. You know, sometimes when we speak about people, they think it's a propaganda. That is why we try as much as possible to get you videos to back up our argument. Get you videos to watch to back up our argument. And if you think that this video I played is a propaganda, now I'm going to bring a statesman, Bode George in Lagos State, to speak to you and tell you, you will hear from him what he had to say about Tinubu. The man that they are trying to project to you as a messiah in 2023. They have started already. They have started. And if you think it's a joke, they have started packaging everything to project him. A criminal. And they are preparing by all means. Now, I'm going to play a video for you, show you one of their preparation before I play that video. Look at the person. He has already started preparing. Look at this. In a country where hunger is ravaging, where people have no means of livelihood, everything they have stolen, they package it and keep it until waiting for the right time for them to use. Muhammad Buhari have now released the rice that he stole. The rice that they've been hoarding, for all those rice they've been hoarding from people. Rice that they've captured from the border. When they seal the border and call it, even rice they have seized, they use it to come and make a show for us. That they are showing us a pyramid of rice. Tinubu is preparing his own self. Look at what the preparation of Tinubu.
Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Tinubu for president. Tinubu for president. Tinubu for president. Wọ́n bí yéèyàn. Ó nu ẹni ẹyin. Kíni ọ̀sùnbàjẹ́ kan lẹ́lò. Kíni wèrè kan lẹ́lò. Kíni kan kìnì kan. Ó nu o. Ó náà ti ń ṣe wà ní nọ́ọ̀tì yẹn ẹ wò gan. Sẹ́ẹ̀tìrì. Tinubu rè o. For president. Wọ́n bí yéèyàn. Àwọn àwọn òbí tẹ́ gbégbá o. Bẹ́ẹ̀ fámìlì àbáyé lẹ fẹ́ lò. Oh no. Tinubu for president. Ẹ ti rí. Lọ wo, ẹ má ní lọ wo wá. Oh no. Bàbá ló jẹ́ fìlà wo. Bàbá ló jẹ́ fìlà yẹn o. Ẹ ti rí kan. Wọ́n bí yéèyàn. Àbẹ́ ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ nu. President Tinubu 2023. Yéèyàn bá bẹ́, màmá ó bẹ́.
You see the criminals. This is the only thing they have to offer. This is the only thing they have to offer to bribe the people. The only man who has not offered any bribe to anybody to follow him is Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu got the followership he has today because of his truth, because of his consistency and truthfulness. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu did not beg anybody to follow him. He has never cajoled anybody to follow him. He never forced anybody to follow him. You and I that is watching this video, we are making campaign for the release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, speaking for the release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu because he is very, very much innocent. He has not committed any crime. He has not participated in any fraud whatsoever. That is why he has won the heart of the people, and the masses are standing for them. But for the politician, what do they have? The politician, what they do is that they make sure they impoverish the people. They steal your wealth as much as they can and make sure that you are poor. They make sure that the masses are poor to the extent that you have to come to beg under their table, to eat from the crumb of what they have. Look at what is projected. Preparing food that is meant for the people. He's preparing it for himself to run for election. These are the people you are preparing. Not only him, so many of them, they are still on this game. Most of the things you will see them display in this very election that is coming now, most of the things that you see they will give to masses are some of those palliative that have not been discovered. Things that were meant for the masses, they hoard it and keep it for themselves until when it is time they're going to use it to feed their animals, those one who is going to follow them and pursue them. This is what they are doing. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is the only face of freedom in that Janjaweed country. In that country we call Nigeria, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is the face of. That is why when I'm saying it again. When we are asking for the freedom of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, every indigenous tribe should join the request. Join the civil disobedience. Every indigenous tribe is supposed to join because the freedom that is coming is going to affect everybody. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not fighting only for Biafrans, not fighting only for the Southerns. He's fighting for every indigenous tribe. The people we are dealing with are monsters, criminals, bunch of criminals everywhere. These are the people they are presenting to you. They want to. If you think it's the video I play formally is a joke, I'm going to play another one. What Bode George have to say about Tinubu? The Tinubu that they are preparing to give you in 2023. This is a fellow Yoruba man. what he had to say about him in Lagos State.
Oh God, that look, I can bet you any amount of money. Let Bola bring out the certificate of his primary school, his secondary school, and the university he attended. We want to see them. Because I remember in 1998 or 1999, when we had the elections, you know, Afikuyomi was the one. When they raised and pulled his papers that he filled to INEC, they now asked him to produce all those papers. He said he went to Government College Ibadan and the children home school in Ibadan. We went there, we checked. What year? Where's your certificate? Nothing. When they were going to hoist him, he quickly said that it wasn't him that signed it, it was Afikuyomi that filled it. You look, your certificate. If you have genuine certificate, you went to a particular school, you must have friends who, because you won't be the only one in that college. Let's see them. I am shocked that Ogunlewe will be saying this in public. He knows for real that this fellow doesn't have all these certificates, and I'm not hiding it. Let him bring them out. Look, the days of lying and telling a load of bull is over. Completely over. Whatever you have, tell us. If you are from whatever, tell us. Why are you afraid? You must be afraid because you know that people will find out a lot of things that are illegal. That's why. The educated is the best educated, is the one who how? Money shows the day. What was his achievement in Lagos?
You've seen it. That man was speaking on their conventional media, Arise Television. In the conventional media, it wasn't on social media. Information on social media, in conventional media. What does that show you? Another Buhari in the making. Another Buhari in the making is coming in 2023 if they will live till then. Because I believe by special grace of Chukwu Kabiama, Biafrans will be gone by then. You see how they are prepared. The same thing, the same Buhari, that was how the case of Buhari happened. When Buhari was proven not to have any certificate, yet they pushed him, Mr. Integrity, Mr. Integrity. Today they are pushing another one. And this is where you see the evil of Britain. This is where you know that British, they are evil. Very, very evil. The British government is evil. Not the citizens, so some of their citizens are wonderful people. But the government, British government, they are evil. Let me tell you, the British government themselves will endorse Tinubu. They will endorse Tinubu. The United States will endorse Tinubu for their selfish interest. Yes, they will. These two nations, they will endorse Tinubu because of their own personal interest. They will never support a genuine person to run the affair in that contraption called Nigeria. You will never ever see any genuine person run affairs. You see why? You see why you have to cry if you have to. You see why you have to shout if you must to. Shout for the release of Mazen. It is Mazen Nnamdi Kanu that put a stop to all this nonsense. Only him can put a stop to it. He has given us the choice, the solution. Self-determination for every indigenous tribe in the contraption called Nigeria. As soon as Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's fight goes on, Biafrans are able to get out of Nigeria, every other indigenous tribe will free. Conduct a referendum. It is not a crime. Referendum is not a crime because we are living in a contraption that doesn't belong to anybody. It's not doing anybody any good. This is why we have to break out of this contraption by all means possible. By all means possible. We have to do it. If we know the way you do it, we have to engage in it to make sure that we get out of this contraption before it swallows everybody. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu must be free. And it is you, the Biafran people, that will free Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Nobody will free him. The Biafran people themselves will free Mazen Nnamdi Kanu through mass civil disobedience. Civil disobedience, massive one. Everybody has to be involved. It doesn't matter you are living abroad or living at home. It doesn't matter how poor or how rich you are. Engage in that massive civil disobedience. Mainly this sit at home that we're talking about. The sit at home have done wonders and still doing up to today. The sit at home is the reason why people are still talking about Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Sit at home on Sunday and on Monday. That is why we are still talking about. That is why the case of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is still on top of the banner. If you leave that massive, if you leave what you have, if you throw away your weapon, what you have, the Janjaweed will so deal with you. They will so deal with you. If you think it is not the lawyers that can free Mazen Nnamdi Kanu alone. Lawyers on their own cannot free Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. The Janjaweed will never ever free Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. The international community will never speak on our behalf. They have never done so. They are only fighting for their own selfish interests. The only thing that will free Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, free Biafra, and free the people of Nigeria is mass civil disobedience. Once we engage on that massive civil disobedience, things will change. Question will be asked. Then we have no choice than to listen to our desire or demand. They will do that which we want. Release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally. It is very clearer than before that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has not committed any crime anywhere and they have nothing against him. Nothing whatsoever. It is clearer. After the last court, it has now become much more clearer that they have no case against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. But you know what they are? You know their antecedents. You know what they will do to continue to delay him. If you keep quiet, if the Biafrans stop civil disobedience, if Biafrans stop civil, they will hold Mazen Nnamdi Kanu until thy kingdom come. And nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. The only thing that will change the narrative is massive civil disobedience any place you are. Every Biafran have to indulge in it, engage in it. It doesn't matter your location. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter how poor or how rich you are. It doesn't matter how connected you are. Engage in that massive civil disobedience. When we engage in it, the politicians will have no choice than to speak the language that we want. They will have no choice. But the more we continue to draw back, the more we continue to pretend that it's all well, the more damages have been done. The more damages have been done. It is high time every Biafran wake up from your sleep. Let us take our freedom. Let us go and free Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Let us rise up and free Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Stop listening to gossip. Stop listening to gossip and stop gossiping. Stop gossiping. Stop giving your ear to gossip. Stop listening to distraction. All those distractions that are coming from east, west, north, and south. There are a lot of distractors from all angles. So many people are just there to distract your attention. I told you at the earlier in this year, I told you that this year there will be much more distraction. We are in electionary year. In electionary year, there will be much more distraction that you have never seen before. It is going to come. If you think it is going to come, you better prepare yourself for what is about to come. May Chukwu guide and protect everybody who have watched this video from beginning to end. May Chukwu guide and protect everyone who have joined us from beginning of this broadcast to this time. You will always prosper. Every hand that has shared this video, you will never know trouble. Every hand that shared this video, you will see the end of 2022. 2022 will not see your end. Every hand that has shared this video, if you're a Biafran, you will see Biafra, walk into Biafra with your foot. If you are from Oduduwa, you will walk into Oduduwa land with your foot. No weapon formed or fashioned against you shall prosper. When we continue to fight and speak the truth and nothing but the truth, they can't stop us. It doesn't matter how they try. It doesn't matter how they try. They will never, ever stop us. And before we go, I have to play the voice of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. A simple message that he has for us to keep our heart strong and know that we are on the right path.
Not then have the examples of the collapse of Yugoslavia and of Soviet Union before our eyes. In other words, the man is saying that Nigeria, the zoo you have, Nigeria to some of you, is the same thing as Yugoslavia, the same thing as Soviet Union. And it is bound to collapse. That's what this man is lamenting in 1998. He is saying, we did not have the benefit of the collapse of Soviet Union or Yugoslavia to tell us what to do in the case of the animals in the zoo, Nigeria. Are you listening? This is from a British man, a high-ranking officer. He is a sir, he's a knight of the realm, Sir Peter Smithers. I will continue. It should now be clear for all But the willfully blind, this is how intelligent this man is saying. It is clear to everybody, to both cockroach and rat, okay, mochicha, everybody knows it is clear, unless you're living in denial, unless you are a denier of the truth, unless you are foolish. This is from a white man, please, not me. Unless you are willfully blind to see that it is extremely dangerous to force diverse racial and social entities into a single rigid political structure such as that which is being built upon the foundation of the Maastricht Treaty. This man was saying the reason why Britain left the EU, the reason why Britain opposed, some of you don't know what is Maastricht Treaty, but I will tell you some other day. It was a treaty of European Union that Britain refused to sign. This man is saying the same mistakes of the past we are about to repeat. What is that mistake? To willfully join together. He said it is extremely dangerous. A white man is saying is that Nigeria as it exists today, Nigeria, is extremely dangerous because you are forcing diverse racial and social entities into a single rigid political structure that is unsustainable. Now, recent history, according to this man, Peter Smithers, sir, of course, he's a knight of the realm. Recent history suggests that it would be best to complete the development of the common market and to call a halt to political integration in Europe. These are the people of Brexit. They don't want Britain to be a part of one big political superstructure. The man is saying the same thing we built in Nigeria that is costing lives. And who is this man that wrote this? He said, I am, sir, your obedient servant, Sir Peter Smithers. Listen to his title. Parliamentary Private Secretary to the Minister of State and the Secretary of State in the Colonial Office from 1952 to 1959. And he lives in Vigo, Makote in Switzerland. Are you listening? These are people that knew that putting a country together, people of diverse social backgrounds. In Igbo land, am I the same thing with a Fulani man? The answer is no. I am related to Efik, to Ibibu. I'm related to Asian, as they call it, Upiaja. I am related to Igonomigo, the people who are there. I have relationship with Urobo. I know I can relate to Isoko culture. I can relate to Ishekiri culture. But can I relate to Fulani culture? The answer is no. Maybe even to an extent, I can relate to Yoruba culture, Yoruba culture, to an extent. But do you think I can ever relate to Fulani culture? Of course the answer is no. Because Fulani runs a feudal system, a rank-added system, where one big man stays at the top and gives you tea in the morning and asks you to go and stone somebody and you can't do it. That's what they do. Do you see the difference between an egalitarian society and one that is so structured that order will come from the emir or from the Sadiki or whoever? We are not like that. That is not democracy. And that value system was what the Fulanis brought to Asorok. These are the things that your so-called social scientists and your political analysts don't understand. What is playing out in Asorok today is the same Janjaweed feudal system, where one person stays at the top and just keeps distributing money that they did not work for. Money that they didn't earn. That is what is happening in the zoo. That same thing was what they brought to the center in Asorok, and some of you are too blind to see it. When we tell you that the zoo, Nigeria is unworkable, try to understand there is no nation on this earth where you have divergent values, divergent cultures and traditions welded together into a nation is a lie.
You have heard from Asuna Mazen Nandekano. And before we go, I will give you the last charge from Mazen Nandekano. Meditate in the word. I told you, try as much as you can to be able to be paying attention to everything that Mazen Nandekano says in his broadcast. There are deep information that you get from it. I'm going to give you the last one before we go. Listen carefully, deeply, the charge that Mazen Nandekano gave to us, what we are supposed to do, what we are supposed to be doing, and how they will penetrate us if we don't do what we are supposed to do. Watch.
Fulani, Janjaweed, can overwhelm us is by dividing us. If you are an agent of Fulani caliphate, if you have come to do the bidding of Fulani Janjaweed in our land, I am asking you this very evening to retrace your steps. Because again, starting from this very day, anywhere Biafrans are killed, any governor, any police commissioner who tolerates the massacre of innocent people will pay very dearly for it. Will pay very, very dearly for it. Do not underestimate our resolve. Because this evening, first of all, I speak as a human being who is possessed of a compatriot spirit and empathy with the suffering of human beings everywhere, especially in the zoo that Britain created called Nigeria. Second, I speak as a witness to the suffering of Biafrans at the hands of their so-called fellow citizens in the zoo called Nigeria. And what we want to make abundantly clear is that we are warning everybody who is a stakeholder in the zoo about our determination and our resolve to ensure that our land is defended. This is a resolution we have reached, and it is cast in stone.
I want you to remember that. Our resolution is that Biafra land must be defended by all means possible. That is the charge that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has given to us. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has given us that charge that Biafra land must be defended by all means possible. No inch of Biafra land must be given to the Janjaweed. This is a charge given to you and I. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have done his own part to establish the ESN, to carry out this charge and make sure that the Biafra land is being protected. You and I, we have our own responsibility. Now you know reason why you have to ask for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu with immediate effect. Continue to embark on civil disobedience, massive civil disobedience until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released. Sit at home on Sunday, sit at home on Monday, and include the economic sanction so that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released. It is you and I that will release him and no one else. Thank you so much for watching wherever you're watching from. If you're watching from Biafra land, I praise you and I say may Chukwu and guide and protect you. You will never lose your life. No weapon formed or fashioned against everyone that have joined this broadcast from beginning to the end shall prosper. We will never lose our life. No weapon formed or fashioned against us shall prosper. Everyone that is watching the video, every hand that has shared this video, you will see the end of 2022. 2022 will never see your end. May Chukwu and guide and protect every Oduduwa person. May Chukwu and guide and protect every Biafran. May Chukwu and guide and protect every indigenous person in the country called Nigeria. May Chukwu guide and protect everyone that is genuinely fighting for freedom, genuinely speaking out for their own people. May Chukwu and protect you. May Chukwu and protect Sunday Igboho, secure Sunday Igboho and set him free so that he can continue to struggle to the end. May Chukwu guide and protect our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Guide him, secure him, protect him. No weapon formed or fashioned against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. Every poison that they have injected in the body of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it shall never work. Any poison that they have injected in the body of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Chukwu will send doctors spiritually to heal him and keep him strong. May Chukwu continue to give Mazi Nnamdi Kanu more revelation, more strong revelations, so that very soon he will join us and we will walk into Biafra alive and strong. Thank you so much for watching wherever you're watching from, and remember this. Bye-bye. See you again tomorrow by the special grace of Chukwu Kabiam. Thank you.